Hello! Hello and welcome to today's live English lesson here at the AM Language School in Malta. I hope you're all doing well. So, I don't have my light here, but I will have it tomorrow. I don't have my microphone. I will have it tomorrow. So I hope you can hear me, but I think there might be a little bit of an echo. We'll see. Just to let you guys know, make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure that you like and share the videos. Now, we are in summer, and I'm happy to say AM Language is going to have a very busy summer. Therefore, there's going to be a bit of a change to how to the timetable. So I am not going to be able to give you guys a daily live lesson every day of the week. It's just going to be impossible. So I'm going to give you, I'm going to give the daily live lessons 3 times a week during the summer. At the moment, I think I'm going to go for Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Okay. Now, today, we're going to talk about your thoughts. So we're going to look at phrases that can help us to talk about our thoughts. Tuesday, reading skills, tip for learning new words. And Wednesday, it's going to be which modal verb should I use? So that's Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Now, if you are currently at the school and you would like to take part in an actual video where you could also win a prize when it comes to activities, make sure you let us know. You can go to the tuition office, leisure department, or reception. Let us know if you want to be in a video and take part in a video challenge. That's what it's going to be, video challenge. Leondina says, hi, Richard. Good afternoon. Welcome to today's lesson. Leondina, thank you very much for joining. I hope you're doing well. It's very hot in Malta, excellent for summer. Make sure you guys find time to go and swim, go to the beach, enjoy yourselves. And if you're at school, please make sure that you come to school with a mask and that you're here on time as well. So far, only Leondina. I don't know about, again, in case you missed it, I don't have my microphone with me today, and I don't have the normal lighting that I usually have. So I hope to sort that out for tomorrow. Good afternoon, Francesca. Boas tardes. Thank you very much for joining. So, in today's lesson, we're going to look at thoughts, how to talk about your thoughts. And once again, guys, over the summer period, so starting from this week and July and August, daily live lessons will only happen 3 times a week. At the moment, I think I'm going to do them on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. If there's any change, I will always let you know. But we are going to be very busy, which is good. Freddie, good afternoon. Welcome to today's lesson. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you're doing well. So, talk about Arena F. Hello, Privyet. Welcome to today's lesson. Thank you so much for joining. So, talking about thoughts. Sandra, good afternoon. Guten Tag. And welcome to today's lesson. So we now have a good range, a good number of students. Freddie says that he is excellent. I'm excellent. I'm glad to hear that you think you're excellent. It sounds like you must be doing well in class. Excellent, 2 L's. Okay, so let's get on with today's lesson. We're going to talk about thoughts and how to talk about our thoughts. Really important. Okay, so you're talking about, doesn't matter what idea you might be thinking about, but you want to tell someone what you are thinking about. Here are some good expressions. Okay, so which one, and I'm going to give you a choice, which expression or which phrase can we use to start a conversation? Okay, so you're thinking about something and you want to start a conversation and you want to talk about your thought. So conversation. Okay, which ones can we use? A. C. Okay, so which ones here do you think we can use to start a conversation about whatever we're thinking? We've got A, but you know when. B, can I ask, have you ever thought? C, so, you know when. And finally D, you know when blah, blah, blah. Well, I was thinking. Now, I was thinking is often used when you're talking about your thoughts. It's a strange one because you look at it and you think, that's a past continuous. And yes, it is a past continuous, I was thinking. But we use this a lot when we're about to start a conversation in the present. This particular bit, I was thinking, we can use it when we're talking in the present to someone. So we can have a think. Francesca says D. Okay, so we think D. If you agree with Francesca, let me know. But if you think there are more, let me know as well. Leondina says B and D. Okay. I'll give you guys 13 more seconds, then I'll let you know what the answers are. Sandra also agrees B and D. Well, I can tell you that the answers are B, C, and D. But I'm going to put C in brackets. Okay. Freddie says, am I know the person? If you know the person. If you know the person. B or D. Close. The answer is B, C, and D. Now, the reason why C is in brackets is because C can be used at the start of the conversation or in the middle of a conversation. So C is a bit of both. It can be both. So B, obviously, can I ask, have you ever thought? D, yes. You know when blah, blah, blah? Well, I was thinking. And C. So, you know when blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we can use these to talk about thoughts. Now, how we're going to activate this? I'm going to tell you some of my thoughts, and then I would like you to tell me about what you have been thinking about. I just want to say something about I was thinking, okay? I was thinking. This is a past continuous, okay? Continuous. But to talk in the present about your past thoughts or very recent past thoughts, you can use the past continuous. So we've got two, so this would be like you're silent, and someone might ask you, so, Richard, what are you thinking about? Okay, the person has asked me in the present. Now, can I say, I am thinking about this? Yes, I can respond in the present continuous. But I can also say, I can also answer, well, you know when something. Well, I was thinking. So funny enough, for some reason, we can actually answer this present question, which is a present continuous question, funny enough, with a past continuous. It's a strange one. So I'm going to give you an example. And I'm going to give you an example as well right now. So the question might be, so Richard, what are you thinking about? Now, I've been thinking about this and it's still kind of present, but I'm going to go with this answer. So let's say someone asks, Richard, what are you thinking about? I can reply, you know when you drink you know when you drink Coca-Cola. Okay, so the conversation will go with like this, okay? Richie, so you know when you drink Coca-Cola. And let's say I'm talking to someone named Dave. Dave says, yes. And I would reply, well, I was, and I can sometimes put just in there. Well, I was thinking, well, I was just thinking if Coca-Cola tastes better from a glass bottle instead of a tin can. So this is a bit strange. The person has asked me in a present continuous. And I've responded with the past. Now, can I respond with the present? Well, I'm just thinking about Coca-Cola. Yeah, I can respond in the present continuous. But I can also respond with the past continuous. This is a recent past. And you can reply to this question. Well, I was just thinking. It's important to put just. Just means, in this case, very recently. Okay? Very recently. So maybe it even affects the present. So, well, I was just thinking if Coca-Cola tasted better from a glass bottle instead of a tin can. So the structure is a past continuous, but the time, intriguingly, is a very recent present. So this is a strange one. This is a strange one. So let's have a little look. Let's go with this. 646 says, how are you? I'm good, thank you. Thank you for joining today's lesson. I hope you're doing well. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. So let's go into this sort of conversation. Okay. Just to remind you guys, you've got, have you ever thought? This is interesting, okay? How do we complete this sentence? Okay, complete this sentence. Now we're just going to look at another another structure to talk about your thoughts, okay? Complete this sentence. Have you ever thought? Okay, A. What is the meaning of past con? Oh, past continue. That just means past continuous, short for past continuous. Okay. Short for, okay? Short for past continuous. So we're going to try and complete this sentence. Have you ever thought? Now, you'll notice, have you ever thought? This is a present perfect, okay? Let me leave that. It's important to know. Have you ever thought about starting your own company? It says 646. Now, that is one question that we can go for. Have you ever thought about starting your company? That would make sense. But I'm going to give you some options, okay? Which options? Well, I'll do this again. Complete the sentence. Have you ever thought? Okay. So the challenge here is which of the options below go with the sentence. And don't forget, this is a present perfect here. Okay. So A. So C. And let's go for a couple more. We've got A, B, C, and D. Make sure, guys, in A, that's supposed to be a question mark. We need a question mark because this is a question. So we've got complete the sentence. Have you ever thought? So we need to think. Thought is the word. Thought about whether it would be better to live on a small island? Question mark. B, have you ever thought of going to Canada? And D, have you ever thought and gone to the USA? That should also be a question mark there. So which ones can we use? We've got 4 options. Can we use B? Can we use C? Maybe we can use C and B, for example. Let me know what you think. Okay, so we've looked at one structure, now we're looking at another. Francesca says A and D. A and D. So A and D, that's what you've gone for. Okay, let me know if you agree with Francesca or if you have slightly different thoughts. Sandra says B. Okay, so we've got lots of different answers here. I'll give you guys just a bit more time and then maybe one person can come through. B, C, A, B. Okay, so the correct answers are which of the options below go with the sentence? Have you ever thought about whether it would be better to live on a small island? We need to make sure we have a question mark, but A goes. Have you ever thought of going to Canada? Yes, B goes. Have you ever thought driving through? Have you ever thought driving through? Have you ever thought? No, not C. And D. Have you ever thought and gone to the US? No, this is not the case. So it's actually A and B. Okay. Now, what is Ruth? Have you ever thought about, okay, here you're kind of linking this. You're linking, you could replace whether with if. Have you ever thought about if it would be? You can go with that sort of thing. Whether in this case, okay, is used instead of if. It sounds better. It's easier to say, okay. But A, have you ever thought about? Now, about is the dependent preposition of thought. And have you ever thought of going? Look at the structure here. Thought plus preposition, okay, which is either about or of, plus, in the first case, have you ever thought, effectively, we're going to put if conditional, okay, or you need to go with the verb with an ing, which is known as gerund, okay. So that is the structure, that's how we do it. So, complete the sentences below. Okay, so that's the first one. Let's go with B. Okay, let's look at that. So we've got 3 sentences here. So I was just something if he something as good as Ronaldo. B, have you ever thought if it would be easier to win the lottery? Think about that. And C, have you ever thought of extra work? Let's see what you guys go with. Okay. Let's see what your answers are. There are enough clues here that should make this just a little bit easier. Okay. And then after this, we'll talk about each other's thoughts, really. I was just, Have you ever thought? Have you ever thought? Notice the intonation. Have you ever thought? Have you ever thought? Have you ever thought? I was just, I was just, Okay. So the intonation pattern makes a difference. Okay, let's see what your answers are. Don't forget, guys, make sure you subscribe to the video and like and share the video as well. If you want to take part in some videos at AM Language this summer, let me know. While I wait for your answers, I will also tell you, we've now uploaded 14 short videos. I'm in the process of making another one, but then I think there might be a bit of a gap, a bit of a waiting time between 15 and 20. We might have to be patient there, but then that will achieve a big goal. As long as, and as well as the number of videos we've now made. We've done well in creating videos. So let's see. Okay. So we've got, I was just blank. You've got the idea of think, so that should tell you what you should go with. If he something be as good as Ronaldo. This one is quite interesting. This is actually really just sticking to the past when you think about it. B, have you ever thought if it would be easier to win the lottery? Have you ever thought of extra work? Sandra says A is thinking, and the second one is. So I was just thinking if he is as good as, you know what, actually, Sandra, is or was in this case would probably work. It's very unusual for this to work, but it does actually work. Francesca says A is, I was just thinking if he would be as good as Ronaldo. Now, okay, that does make sense. You've changed. No, you could get away with it. It's not what I was going for, though. I was just thinking if he would be as good as Ronaldo. In this case, yes. I mean, it's very unusual for us to say that you can put a modal verb right after the if. Very rare. But that's actually one case when you can. And see, so Freddie says A is thinking, and the second one is. Leondina says, I was just thinking if he is as good as Ronaldo. Have you ever thought about if it would be easier? Have you ever thought about if it would be, so have you ever thought about if it would be easier to win the lottery? Yes. Have you ever thought of doing extra work? Yes. Francesca says, have you ever thought about if it would be easier to win the lottery? Good. And have you ever thought of doing extra work? Yes. Okay, good. All of these answers are good. Have you ever thought of doing? Have you ever thought about seeing if? Have you ever thought about if he's good enough? Have you ever thought about if he wasn't good enough? This language can be used in this way. And the second half of this can be in the present or can be in the past. It's a bit of a strange one. You can play around with it. Okay. So, guys, let's see how you guys do. Freddie says, thanks, start my class. Okay, enjoy your lesson, Freddie. Thank you very much. So let's go into this. I'm going to ask you guys a question. You can answer, and then it's your turn to ask a question. So I'm going to ask the question of, okay. Have you ever thought? Have you ever thought of the idea that actually, have you ever thought about what it would be like to give up your mobile phone? So this is my first question. Have you ever thought about what it would be like to give up your mobile phone? So that's one question. B, if you don't like that question, you can also try and answer this one. And B. So this is the other one you can try and answer. You know that the weather in Malta is good. Well, I was thinking what it would be like to have a Brazilian barbecue here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to change something about this because there's just one element here that can really, really improve it. That's a question mark over here. You know that the weather in Malta is good, yeah? Well, I was thinking what it would be like to have a Brazilian barbecue. So that's something you can do. So those are my two examples. If you want, you can answer them. But if you're feeling confident, try and ask us a question. See if you can start a conversation. I was just thinking about. You could say, well, yes, I was just thinking about. You can say, well, I was thinking about. So you've got options here. Feel free to, you can always answer one of these. Or if you would like to come in with your own, feel free to do so. Make sure you follow the structure. And we only have about 5 minutes left. Have you ever thought about doing exercise after work? Have you ever thought about swimming in Malta? The list goes on. Have you ever thought about going to the cinema to watch a film? Difficult one. I don't know if cinemas are really worth it anymore. I mean, you've got so much on Netflix. I don't know. I think it's hard to justify cinemas. I think the only thing that can save cinemas might be really big blockbuster movies. If they're not big, it's probably just wasting money for cinemas. So let's see what your answers are. Choose one, which one you would want to answer. If you're good at football, maybe you want to answer the first one. But then you have to choose which one you're going to ask. Okay? How are you going to ask something like how to talk about your thoughts? You know that the weather in Malta is good. Well, I was just thinking that it would be nice to have some Brazilian barbecues. It's very innocent in that sense and very helpful too. So I'm going to give you guys 30 more seconds, then I am going to have to stop it and give you the answers. And that will take us closer to the end of the day. Unfortunately, just while I'm waiting for your answers, just to remind you, I'm not going to be able to give a lesson every day. I'm going to give lessons Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday over here. Thursday, Friday, I can't. But going forward in the summer, I'm going to have to do slightly less daily live lessons because we are very busy at AM Language. Leondina says, sometimes to happen to me to think think about the time we hadn't any mobile phones. We didn't have. We didn't have. This should be didn't, not hadn't. Time that we didn't have any mobile phones. And yeah. And my belief is that if it was better. Okay, so sometimes that happens to me to think about the time we hadn't yet, didn't. About the time we didn't have any mobile phones. And my belief is that life was better. So yeah, Leondina, looking at that sentence very closely, if you put in didn't and turned it in that second part into a present perfect, that would then work, okay? Evelina says, today was very hot in Sicily. I think it is the same in Malta. I think it is the same in Malta, yes. We just need, I think it is. Sandra says, yes, I thought about to give up my mobile phone for one day in the week to come down with permanent interruption. Okay, I see what you're saying for. That's quite an ambitious sentence. So what you want to say is, Sandra, yes, I thought, now if you do this, okay, thought about, I should say this, if you're going with a verb, this is generally the rule, okay? Think plus about or of, okay? Plus, if you go with a verb, it has to be ing. So, I thought about giving up my mobile phone for one, if I've understood this correctly, giving up my phone for one day in the week in order to reduce the levels of interruption. That's what I think you're saying, Sandra. It's a really ambitious sentence. It's a difficult one, but that's how you would need to write it. Francesca says, yes, it is Evelina. And Evelina says, hi, Francesca. Okay. Cool. Hi, Evelina. The weather is 31 today. Yes, it is very hot at the moment. Okay, guys. So start off your sentence like, I was just thinking if we could have pizza tonight. I was thinking about going to Gozo for the weekend. I was thinking about my family back in Germany or Portugal or wherever you might be from. Equally, you can also say, have you ever thought about living in Greece? Have you ever thought about traveling to New Zealand, for example? This is why this language is really important. So you get to explain to someone what you are thinking. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for your participation. Evelina, thank you. Sandra, you too. Francesca, you as well. Leondina, you as well. Freddie, thank you. Leondina, you as well. Arena F, 646. I feel like I'm missing someone from this list. I've mentioned Arena F. Well, if I've left anyone out, I do apologize. But thank you for all of your comments in the live chat. That makes a huge difference. Thank you very much, Leondina. See you tomorrow. Have a great evening as well, Evelina, and see you tomorrow as well. Okay, guys, thank you so much. I hope tomorrow I have the lighting, I have a microphone. That will be better. Don't forget as well, over the summer, end of June, July, and most of August, I'm only going to give 3 lessons a week. This week, it's going to be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you very much for joining. Don't forget as well, if you want to take part in a video, let me know. I'm here. We can take the videos. It's going to be to do with video challenges. So look at a video that we created with the language challenge, and you guys try to come up with your own sentences. Francesca, thank you for the class. See you tomorrow as well. You too, Evelina, thank you very much. And Arena F, thank you. Have a nice evening. Thank you very much, Arena. Much appreciated. So take care, everybody. Have a great evening. See you tomorrow at the same time at 4:30. You too, Sandra. Have a great evening. Bye for now.